Welcome to your chair yoga class. It's a dynamic version of chair yoga. You will need a strap if you have tightness in the shoulders, and 2 blocks might be quite handy. It's not for everyone, but these are optional. Just have them there and ready, and if you don't have blocks, using books can be useful as an alternative. When you're ready, knees above the ankle, shoulders and above the hips. Start to align the body for our yoga practice. Close the eyes and take long, deep breaths through the nose. Inhale to lengthen through the crown of the head, create space in between the vertebrae. Exhale to soften and relax the body and the mind. Continue long, deep breaths. Focusing all your awareness to your breath, to the expansion of the lungs and the belly as you fill them in with air, and how it feels when you exhale, releasing. This practice of focusing on the breath is part of yoga, where we allow ourselves to go inwards and focus on ourselves, on the body and how it functions. Using your awareness, start to scan the body from the crown of the head to the shoulders. Are they even? Maybe one shoulder is higher than the other. Gently press the shoulders down and start that micro adjustment in the body, bringing shoulders level. Is the spine straight, or are you leaning more to one side? If so, pull in the belly, activate the core, and come back to a straight spine. So continuing to observe and scan the body, moving to the hips, the legs, sitting here in this present moment with your breath and the body. We will start today by opening up and loosening up the joints, as well as warming up the spine and the neck. If you feel comfortable, you can keep the eyes closed, or you can gently blink them to open them up. Start with the neck, bring the chin to the chest, and allow the back of the neck to start opening up slightly. You may want to slowly start to move to the right a little bit, to the left, noticing where you're holding any tension in the back of the neck. And if everything's okay with the neck, no injuries, no past injuries or pains, and you can start taking circles. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder, head back, left ear to left shoulder, and chin down. Inhale to the right, head back, left, and down. If going all the way back makes you feel uncomfortable, you can always take semicircles at the center, back and forth. When you've completed 3 circles to the right, start to the left, bringing left ear to left shoulder, head back, right ear to right shoulder, and chin down. 2 more anti-clockwise, getting a nice wide range of movement into the neck, loosening up the muscles that support your head all day, the weight of your head. When you've completed your 3rd set on the left, come back to center and slowly unravel the neck to bring the head back into a straight line above the neck and the spine. Right hand onto the left ear. With a straight spine, pull the right ear towards the right shoulder. Extend and open the left side of the neck. You can press the left shoulder down to add a little bit more of intensity. And continue breathing nice and smooth, deep breaths. Allowing oxygen to flow through the body, through the muscle as it works to open and stretch. Press the head into the hand, create a bit of resistance to come back up to center. Right hand onto the right thigh, left hand onto the right ear, and gently pull the right ear to bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Right shoulder stays down, spine stays straight. Press the head into the hand, come back up to center. Release the left hand down. Place the right hand behind the left ear. So if your head was to be a box, you'd be holding the bottom left corner. And then start to pull, bringing the right elbow to the right knee and feeling the stretch into the back diagonal of the neck. So different muscles are being stretched and released compared to our previous set. Slowly press into the hand, come back up to center. Release the right hand down and left hand behind the right ear. Take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, pull. Left elbow to left knee. Stretch and open the back of the right neck in the diagonal. Press the head into the hand, come back up to center. Release the left hand down. Gently look up, open up the throat. Crunch the neck. And then slowly come back to center. Bring the hands behind the head, interlace all 10 fingers, and pulling with the hands, bring the chin towards the chest, this time using the weight of the arms to get a deeper stretch into the neck. The spine stays straight. And you should start to experience this stretch, not only into the neck, but the upper part of your spine, lengthening around the top shoulders. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Giving some extra love and attention to the neck. And with your next inhale, press the head into the hands. Slowly come back up to center. Release the hands, drop them by the side of the body. Shoulder shrugs. On the inhale, shrug the shoulders up as high as you can, bringing the shoulders almost to touch your ears. Create tension. And with a deep exhale, release the shoulders down and drop them away. Beautiful. Inhale, squeeze and lift up. Create compression and tension. Exhale, drop. You can open the mouth on the exhale. Lion breath. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, open the mouth, open and stretch out the tongue. 2 more. Lift, squeeze. Pull everything up. Exhale. And one last one. Release. Bring the hands onto the knees and give yourself a few circles in the shoulders, bringing the shoulders forwards. Lift them up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, bring the shoulders forward. Circle them up, back, and down. So slowly starting to open up even the front and the back of your chest. And then take it back, up, and forwards. Starting to loosen up the shoulder area and the spine. Keeping the hands onto the legs, but this time bringing them closer towards your knees so you can use them for support for our cat-cow. On the inhale, press into the knees and lift the chest forwards and up, stretching out, shoulders away from the ears to help you open the front of the body. Look up. Exhale, pull the belly in. Look for your navel and round the spine as much as you can, compressing the front of the body. Inhale to pull, stretch and open, compressing the back of the body as you lengthen the front. Exhale, round, pulling the belly in, round as much as you can. One last one. I'll show you down sideways for the last one. Inhale, stretch and lift. Look up, stretch up. Exhale, round. Pull the belly in. Look for your belly. Get a nice, lovely stretch into your back muscles equally. And then back up to center. Shoulder opening. Right hand close to your hip. Take a deep inhale and swing the right hand forwards. Lift it all the way up, as much as high as you can. And then exhale it back and down. Inhale, reach forwards. Lift all the way up. Exhale, back and down. Remember to join the breath with the movement. This is what makes the difference between yoga and other types of exercises. We oxygenate the whole body as we strengthen and rebalance it. One last one to the right, getting a nice wide range of movement for the shoulder joint, keeping it healthy and mobile. Release. Bring the right hand onto the right leg, left hand down. Take a deep inhale, stretch the left arm all the way up. Exhale, bring it back and down. Inhale, bring it up, back and down. So we're releasing tendons and all the attachments around the left shoulder to create more mobility. 5 in total. I believe we have one more to go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back and down. Hands onto the knees. Take a deep breath. Ready to open up the hips. So you have the option to either place the hands onto the lower back and squish the hips slightly forward so you're leaning just on the edge of your chair, using your core strength to help you make circles into the hip with the right knee. Or if you need a little extra support, hands go underneath the right thigh, interlace the 10 fingers, and bring the knee up. As much as you can, keep the shoulders above the hips and then start to circle the right knee out, back down, and at center. Inhale up. Open it up and exhale it back down. So continuing for 3 more, getting as wide as a range as you can in the hip joint. Keeping it nice and mobile. Last one. Exhale, release. Bring the right foot down. Hands behind the lower back or underneath the left thigh. Inhale, bring it up. Pull the belly in. And start to open up as wide as you can. No need to rush. What's important is that you're getting as wide of a range of motion as you can into the hip area, noticing where you hold the tightness, the tension, and allowing that to loosen up. One last one. Bring the knee all the way up, back out, and down. Well done. Hands onto the thighs. Lift the right leg up, and we'll continue to open up the joints by focusing on the ankles. Take a few circles in one direction, and then a few circles into the opposite direction. Ooh, cracking. Right foot down, lift the left foot up, and let's lubricate the left joint in one direction, and then the other direction a couple of times. Release the left foot down, keeping the hips close to the edge of your chair. Walk the feet closer towards your chair and just lift the heels up so that we start the stretch into the toes. Lifting heels up as high as you can. I'll show you sideways. So the toes are pressing into the floor and the heels lift up, getting the front of the ankle nice and strong as we stretch and extend the toes. If you find this too easy and you would like to add intensity to the stretch, you can always lean forward slightly, pressing the hands into the chair. Notice how taking the weight into the feet adds to the intensity. And release. Bring the heels back onto the mat. And take a deep breath. Ready to start our half moon opening. You might need some blocks for this one. If you do, you can start placing them close to the edges of your feet. Hands by the side of the body. Take a deep inhale and sweep the arms above your head. Palms face each other. If when you do this movement, your chest starts to puff and open and you arch the spine, pull the belly in, come back to a straight spine, engage the core muscles, and now lift a little bit higher through the fingertips, creating length and space. On the exhale, left hand down close to the hips. Take a deep breath to reach the right fingertips up, and slow with control, keeping hips and shoulders level and parallel to each other. Reach the right fingertips to the left. Sliding the left hand down this chair. Open up the whole right side. If you find that you're collapsing and leaning forwards, you may want to place the left hand onto the right thigh and push into the leg to help you maintain the spine straight, lengthening and lifting. For the last 10 seconds, if you wish to add intensity to this opening, bring the left arm all the way up, interlace all 10 fingers, release the index, squeeze the palms together, and start to pull the right hand with the left. Notice how it feels around the right shoulder and in the waist. Right side of the body is opening. Press the right hip down, chin away from the chest. Breathe smoothly. Change. Inhale, engage the core, come back up to center and release the grip. Take a deep breath, stretch and lengthen. Exhale, release the right hand down. Another deep inhale to lift the left fingertips up, going over to the right. Press the left hip down, pull the belly in. Try not to puff the chest either. Some have the tendency to lean forwards, others have the tendency to lean back. We're focusing on bringing shoulders and hips in alignment. Right hand can stay hanging on the side of the body of the chair or place it onto the left thigh for support. Stretch the fingertips to the right a little bit further, keeping the spine straight, everything in one line. And for the last 10 seconds, if you wish, right arm comes all the way up, interlace hold the left hand, squeeze the palms together and pull. Try to work the triceps closer towards your ears, opening up the shoulders, opening the front of the body. Left hip stays down, come down deeper for 3, 2, 1. Back up to center. Keeping the hands together, squeeze the palms together to maintain a closed chain. Take a deep inhale, stretch up as high as you can. And to begin, simply move the eyes up towards the ceiling, keeping the neck muscles engaged. Don't drop the head back. Keep the neck protected. Press the chest up, pull the belly in, and start to draw a line with the fingertips towards the back of the room. This will help you open the front of the body as you open the thoracic spine. The upper third of the spine, stretching and lifting. Take another deep breath here to lift up. And slow with control, engage your core to come back up to center. With a flat back, if everything's okay with the spine, no lower back injuries or pain or discomfort, then you can lean forwards, pivoting from the hips, slow with control, engaging your back strength, your core as you lean forwards. If at any point you feel this is uncomfortable, hands onto the thighs and walk the hands down to come all the way down. Chest onto the thighs, hands on either side of the feet. This is when, if the hands don't touch the floor and you're not comfortable, hands can go onto the blocks or they can go onto the shins, whichever version suits your body type. Take a moment here, drop the head. And a little bit of extra work for our back muscles, keeping them nice and strong, protecting the lower back. Fingertips onto the floor to the blocks. Inhale, lengthen the front of the body, shoulders away from the ears. Come up. Chin in to the throat slightly so the neck stays long. Using your core strength, hold it here. Press the heels into the floor. Exhale, bring the chest to the thighs, forehead onto the knees, and round the spine. Pull the belly in. Bring the forehead up higher onto the thighs. Second set. Inhale, lengthen the front of the body. Lift up onto the fingertips, shoulders away from the ears. Neck stays long. Try not to bring the chin forwards. This means you're crunching the discs in your neck. You want to create space and keep it all nice and strong. Exhale, release. bring the forehead onto the thighs, around the spine. Last one. This is the one to come all the way up. So make sure it's your strongest. Your back muscles engaged. Pull the belly in so the core is also engaged. Everything working together. Press the heels into the floor. If you came down walking the hands, come up as well walking the hands to lift yourself up. Otherwise, stretch the arms above your head. Hands touch in prayer and pulling in the belly. Lift yourself up, slow with control. Exhale, arms by the side of the body. And in for a chest. Take a deep breath. Seated pigeon. Bring the right ankle above the left knee. Flex the right toes curling in towards your right knee. And then gently allow the right knee to drop and open towards the floor. Hands come behind the base of your chair, base of the hips, allowing the opening in the hips and in the glutes. If it's too intense, don't press the right knee down too much. Allow it to stay where it's comfortable in a slight stretch. No pain in the knee. However, if you are quite flexible and would like a little bit more, you can hinge forwards, pivoting from the hips, keeping the spine straight, and then walk the hands up to the top part of your chair. I'll show you sideways, so that you open up the shoulders and the chest as you continue to open the glutes and the thighs. Take another deep breath and lean forwards. And inhale, slowly come back out. Walk the hands down. Bring the right knee up before releasing the foot down. Other side. Left ankle above the right knee. Curl the toes in. Flex the foot. Keep it flexed so the muscles around the knee stay active, protecting the knee. And then gently allow the left knee to drop. Hands behind the base of the chair. Press into the chair. Lengthen and lift through the crown of the head. Notice how it feels in the left glute right now. Quite intense. If you're adding on, lean forwards. Hinge from the hips. Keep the neck long. Once again, it might be tempting to bring the chin forwards just to look into your device. Let go of staring to the screen. Allow the neck to stay long, and then walk the hands up to the top of your chair if you'd like to open chest and shoulders as well. Counterbalancing any kyphosis or rounding into the upper spine. Inhale, slowly come back out. Bring the left knee forwards before releasing the foot down. Hands onto the knees, take a deep breath. Going to continue the hip opening up the legs nice and wide for a goddess pose. If you think you might need blocks when you lean forwards, you may want to place this in front of you before we start. And then coming to center, press the heels into the floor. Press the hands into the inner knees to ensure the knees are above the ankles and they're not turning in. If they are turning in this way, you may want to take a slightly smaller stance. Protect the knees at all times. Now pull the belly in, lengthen the spine, and bring the shoulders slightly back so the shoulders are above the hips, always focusing on our alignment. Take 2 deep breaths here. Memorizing this position, the straight spine, the hips open, and the knees above the heels before we start adding movement, adding breath to this posture. Bring the hands by the side of the body. Press the heels into the floor to activate the inner thighs, and on the inhale, sweep the arms all the way up as high as you can. Press the palms together and exhale, energetically lower the arms down, pressing as hard as you can, one hand into the other. Second set, arms by the side of the body, keep pressing the heels into the floor. Inhale, lift up as high as you can, maintain the length. Squeeze the palms and slowly lower down. Last one, inhale, sweep the arms up. Squeeze the palms, don't forget to press the heels into the floor, strengthening the inner thighs. And lower the hands down. Place them onto the inner thighs, ready to bring the hip opening action with your arms. Left elbow bent onto the left thigh, right hand into the inner right thigh. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, press the right hand into the thigh, lean forwards, bring the right shoulder forwards and down, left shoulder back. So you're pulling in the inner right thigh, deepening the stretch to the right hip as you get a gentle twist into the spine, compressing the inner left waist. Slowly come back up to center. Bend the right elbow onto the right thigh, hand onto the inner left thigh. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, lean forwards. Press the left shoulder forwards and down, right shoulder back. Always remembering to come back to your breath. And come back to that noticing, scanning of the body. To figure out where you are feeling most tightness, where the posture works for you. Inhale, come back up to center. Slow with control the way you went in, and then both hands onto the inner thighs. Take a deep inhale to lengthen the spine. Slow with control, bend the elbows and pivot forwards from the hips. So we're creating a deep compression and opening into the hips. Keep pressing the hands into the thighs to maintain the knees above the ankles. Press the heels into the floor for support. And then when you're ready, place the hands onto the floor or onto your blocks so they are exactly underneath the shoulders and the spine stays straight. We're always working to strengthen the back muscles with proper alignment. You can bring the blocks up higher if you notice that you're starting to round. Shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Take one more deep breath, nice and slow through the nose. Now we're going to take the more passive version, complete opposite to what we just did with the spine straight. Walk the hands forwards, start to round the spine and drop the head. Allow the head to hang heavy to bring more weight forwards into the hands. Noticing how this creates a deeper compression into the hip area. Great for the circulation in the hips and the groin. As well as having the head below the heart. Great for the circulation of the upper body, bringing new oxygenated blood to the brain. Take one more deep breath. And if you do need to come out early, just remember your entrance coming out safely the way you went in. All together, inhale, lengthen the front of the body first. Extend the arms, come back to a straight spine. Place the hand onto the thighs, press into the thighs, and inhale. Lift yourself back up. Once you're up, you may notice your inner thighs might feel a bit tight, so you can shake the legs, shake out the hips, any tension we've created. Just bring the circulation back in by shaking the legs out. All right. We're going to take 5 lift-ups, pressing the feet into the floor using your core strength without using your hands. If you find this is too challenging with the hands in prayer, you can always use a little bit of help to begin with the hands onto the lower back, pressing into the chair to lift yourself up. Take a deep inhale, slightly lean forwards and press into the floor to lift up. Extend the legs, extend the spine, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, bend the knees and slowly lower yourself down with control. Sit back down. All done. Let's do 4 more. Inhale, lift up. Getting the circulation moving. If you do work in an office, on a desk, all day, sitting down, you may want to remember to do just 5 to 10 of these every 20 minutes to make sure you're keeping the circulation flowing and the body healthy. You may not have every day where you can practice, so making sure you do this is important. I believe we've done 5. On the last one, stay up. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Take a moment here in your standing mountain pose. Feet hip width apart. Lock and lift the kneecaps and the thighs. Pull the belly in. And work with the alignment, shoulders above the hips. Neck long. Take 2 more deep breaths. exhale, release. Bring the arms by the side of the body. Walk to the left side of your chair. Ready for a balancing series, starting with stork position. So turn to face your chair, right hand onto the top of your chair, bend the left leg and place it onto the seat of the chair. Standing leg, the right leg is going to pull up and have the muscles all engaged around the knee onto the thigh. Pull the belly in and grow taller through the crown of the head. So we're working to bring most of our weight into the right leg to strengthen the standing leg. Left hand in prayer chest, focusing on one point in front of you to help you with the balance. Now, if you're feeling comfortable and steady, you can start lifting the right hand off the top of the chair, maybe placing it down whenever you feel a bit wobbly, or bringing it to meet the left, whichever version you decide. If you're going for more, left heel lifts up, just the toes of the left foot press into the floor, or for full version, lift the left foot up as well. You can always bring the right hand back down if you start to fall out. It's there for your help, your support. Curl in the toes and grow taller through the crown of the head. Now, adding a little bit of spice, a little bit of fun, we're going to add a twist. Whether the foot is lifted or it's on the seat of the chair, bring the right hand onto the top of the chair, release the left hand by the side of the left hip and take a deep inhale to swing the left arm forward. Lift it all the way up and exhale, open up to the left, twisting into the waist. Stretch the left fingertips back. If you have the balance, maybe even moving the gaze towards the left fingertips. Keep engaging the core and growing taller. And for the last 10 seconds, if you wish, add the right arm parallel to the floor. Lock the standing leg, pull up on the belly. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One step at a time, look forwards, left foot onto the chair. Right hand down, release the left, and then bring the left foot down. Take a deep breath. Go to the other side of the chair, ready to repeat on our left leg. Make the left leg strong, pull in on the belly, bend the right, and bring the foot onto the seat of the chair. Now, if your hip starts to wiggle all the way up, use your right thumb to press it into the hip, level out the hips from the beginning, and then pull the belly in, right hand in prayer chest, and start to work on the length through the crown of the head, finding one point of focus in front of you for balance. This is called drishti. It's about the height of your third eye point. Work on the standing leg and maybe starting to challenge your balance, lifting the left hand up a few times. If you can, both hands in prayer chest. And if you did so on the right, try it on the left as well to lift the right leg, curling the toes in. Keep pressing the left big toe into the mat, supporting your standing leg, strengthening the ankle and the knee. When you're ready, left hand back onto the top of the chair, right hand down for a twist. Inhale, stretch the right fingertips forwards, lift the arm all the way up to get a nice rotation in the shoulder, and then exhale, turn and twist to the back, opening up the whole spine, the whole chest to the right. Extend the right fingertips away, maybe adding the left arm as well. Stretch the fingertips away from each other, grow a little bit taller, last 3, breathe 2, 1, release the right foot down, bring the hands down, and the right foot onto the mat, onto the floor. Open up the feet hip width apart, hands underneath the shoulders. Take a deep breath. Cat-cowing the spine. Inhale, arch the spine. Press the navel down, shoulders away from the ears, and look up. Exhale, round the spine, pull the belly in, arch, and look for your belly. Inhale, shoulders away from the ears. Press the hips up, look up. Notice how this starts to pull into the hamstrings. You can always bend the knees if it's too intense. Exhale, round. One more. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. Back to center. Shift the weight into the left leg. Slide the right leg back. Lock both knees. Pull the belly in. Lift the right leg up as high as you can. Doesn't need to come up too high, just as long as the knees stay locked and you're focusing on strengthening the standing legs, strengthening the glutes. Not going to hold it here too long. Now, if you have the leg almost parallel to the floor, you're welcome to add the left arm as well, parallel to the floor, stretching in opposite directions, working into a spine balancing hybrid. Stretch the fingertips away from your toes. Lock the knees for 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring the right foot down. Take a deep breath. Slide the left leg back. Lock the knees. Pull the belly in and lift the left leg up as high as you can. If it's up, parallel to the floor, roll the left hip down. Use your inner thigh strength to help you, and extend the right fingertips forward, palm facing towards the left. Stretch and extend in opposite directions, pulling in on the belly. Activate the core for 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring the left foot down. Walk the legs back. Down dog. Bend the knees. Slide the hands forwards. And allow the shoulders and the head to drop, bringing the chest onto the thighs to help you arch the lower back. Doesn't matter how much you need to bend the knees. Make sure you're creating a flat lower back, getting a lovely stretch and length in those muscles. 2 more breaths here. And then slowly coming into ragdoll. Walk the feet closer towards your chair and the forearms, and make a pillow with the forearms to rest the forehead. Knees stay bent. And if you feel comfortable for the full ragdoll version, knowing the chair is right there if you need it, release the arms. Allow the head to dangle and sway side to side to release the side of the hips as we stretch and open the lower back. This might be a bit too much. Some people working with lower back injuries or pain and discomfort, so if you are, make sure you keep the hands onto the chair and the forehead rested with a straight spine. All together, knees stay bent and soft. Pull the belly in. Release the hands if they're dangling, and then roll yourself up 1 vertebra at a time. Once you're all the way up, shoulders away from the ears, roll them back. Come back to a seated position on the chair. Or you can stay standing if you prefer to do the warrior series standing up. So I will demonstrate the postures in the seated version. If you've been coming for a while and you don't need the chair, just go ahead and set yourself up as we are on the chair and do it without the chair. So open up the legs nice and wide. Place the left hand in front between the legs and the right hand behind to help you slide the hips to the left. Right thigh is going to be onto the chair. Right shin is going to be parallel to the leg of the chair, and then extend the left leg back, working to lock the left knee maybe one day. Press the edges of the feet into the floor and swivel the left hip forwards, working on hip and shoulder alignment. This can be more than enough. Stay here and work with your alignment. If you need a little bit more, you can press the heels into the floor, coming up onto the fingertips to start working into your warrior 1. Right hand can walk onto the top of the chair, left hand in prayer chest, and whenever you feel that you have the balance, maybe both hands in prayer chest. Those of you who feel nice and strong and steady in this posture, you're welcome to raise the arms all the way up towards the ceiling, working the left hip forwards, right hip back. Any shoulder discomfort or pain, so open the arms shoulder width apart, or just keep them simply at prayer chest. On your next exhale, open up warrior 2. Pull slightly back through the left arm to level the shoulders above the hips, and keep the arms energized, stretching away from each other. Look beyond the right fingertips, pull the belly in. Bent leg triangle, bend the right elbow onto the right thigh and lift the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Stretch the left arm up as high as you can, maintaining a straight spine. Lock the back leg, relax the shoulders. Keep stretching up as high as you can. Going to reverse the warrior. Look down to your right toes. Bring the arms back parallel. Flip the palm so the right palm is facing up, and then bring the left hand onto the left thigh, left leg, right arm up towards the ceiling, and sit the hips a little bit lower to get an intense stretch from the right hip all the way up to the right fingertips. If ever you find this is too much, you can always rest the hips, the thigh, onto the chair. It's there to help you. Exhale, release. Bring the arms parallel, hands into the chair if you're using one. Sit the hips down. Come back to center, and if you're not using the chair, swiveling the feet so you're ready for the left side. Right hand in front, left hand behind, hips to the right side edge of the chair. Left thigh onto the seat, left shin parallel to the leg, and extend the right leg back. Warrior one. Adjust your hips with the shoulders. Press the heels into the floor. If you'd like to try and lift the left thigh slightly, not too high, off the chair, using your fingertips onto the chair, or maybe if you have blocks, the support of the blocks can always help you. Lock the back leg and choose your variation, either hands in prayer chest, left hand onto the top of the chair for support, or full version with the arms up. Wherever you're at, lock the back leg and focus on the strengthening of the legs. The arms are up. Try to lock and lift the arms up as high as you can. Get a lovely stretch into the shoulder. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Stretch the arms away from each other. Bring them parallel to the floor. Look beyond the left fingertips. And maybe slightly pull back through the right hand to maintain the alignment of the shoulders above the hips. Hips go forward, shoulders go back. Take one more deep breath here. Bent leg triangle, left elbow onto the left thigh. Reach the right fingertips up. Stretch up as high as you can. Only if the neck is okay, you can turn and look to the right hand. Otherwise, keep looking forwards. Make sure the neck feels comfortable. Left knee stays bent. Look down to your left hand. Pull yourself out to parallel arms. Split the left palm and reach the left fingertips as high as you can. Slide the right hand down the right leg. Keep the right knee bent. Bend the left knee a little bit more. Feel the stretch from the left hip flexor. Stretch up. Exhale, release. Bring the hands to parallel. Back into your chair. Bend the back leg. Sit onto the chair. And then slide back to center. If you're standing up, step the right foot in to meet the left. Hands to prayer chest. Wiggle the hips and come back to a seated position with feet hip width apart. Bring the hands in prayer chest. And take 2 deep breaths here. After that challenging dynamic warrior series, allow the heart rate to slow down. Foot press. We're going to work to strengthen the knees in this posture. So if you have your strap handy, grab a hold of your strap. If you're at home and you don't own a yoga belt, you can use a row belt or a kitchen towel, anything that's long enough so that you can wrap, I'll show you sideways, so that you can wrap the strap around the balls of the foot. So leaning forwards, place it just underneath the toes, and then come back to a straight spine. If you need to, you can always use a block underneath the right heel. Now, shoulders stay above the hips for the duration of this posture, and the arms are engaged as well as the core. Swivel the hips forwards if you need to. Lock the right knee, start to curl the toes in, and on the inhale, pull the toes towards you. Lift the heel up and keep the shoulders above the hips. On the exhale, keeping the knee locked, press the balls of the foot into your strap to get a nice strengthening and stretching into the front of the leg, of the foot. Inhale, pull the toes in. Feel the stretch into the back of the leg. Keep the spine straight. Exhale, press. Inhale, pull. This can all be done with the heel onto the floor. Exhale, press. 2 more. Using your breath, moving with the breath. Pulling up onto the kneecap and the thigh. Try not to lean back. Use your core strength to keep the shoulders above the hips. Last one, press the toes away. Bend the right leg and gently release. Put the strap around the left foot. Get yourself settled into the posture. And then come back to a straight spine. Extend the left leg away, take a deep breath. Lock the left knee and pull the toes towards you. Almost feels like riding a horse. Exhale, press the toes away. Inhale, pull. Exhale, press. Last 3. Getting a lovely stretch for the back of the left knee, for the Achilles tendon, as well as our ankle and our toes, as we continue to strengthen and rewire the muscles around the knees. Last one, inhale, pull. Exhale, press. And release. Bring the left foot down. Take a deep breath. And just a little bit more work for the legs before we come into our final relaxation. Our squats. Feet hip width, knees above the ankles, hands in prayer chest, lengthen the spine, lean forwards, take a deep breath, and try to keep the spine straight. Press into the floor to lift the hips up, hovering above the chair. Doesn't matter how high you need to lift the hips up, make sure the spine stays straight, core is engaged, and you remember to breathe. Don't hold in your breath. Exhale, release. Sit back down, take a deep breath. Second set. Slightly lean forwards, press into the floor and lift the hips up. Now once you're in with the knees above the ankles, press the hips back, more creative compression into the hip area and try to lift the chest up, holding it there for 3, 2, 1. Release, bring the hips down, take a deep breath, third and final set. Lean forwards, open up the shoulders from the beginning and then lift up. Try not to lean forwards, rounding, lift up, engage the lower back muscles. So even if it means you come up higher, it's better to do this than to be down here rounding, putting strain on the lower back. Hold it 3. Sit down, lower 2. Hover above the chair. 1. Release. Bring the hips down. Arms by the side of the body. By the side onto the thighs and breathe. Grab a hold of your strap. Place it onto your lap. So it's ready for our sequence. Lift the right leg up into a version of wind removing. Interlace all 10 fingers around the right shin and pull the thigh close into the chest. Create a deep compression into the hip area. If you're quite flexible, you might want to bring the right knee out and pull it in towards your armpit. And breathe. Using your arm strength, pull, lift up higher through the crown of the head. Now with your left hand, grab a hold of your strap and wrap it around the right foot. The aim is to keep the spine straight, but if you have to, you can always lean back to bring the shoulders above onto the seat of the chair, onto the top of the chair. Inhale, kick the right heel up towards the ceiling as high as you can, giving yourself space with the strap if you need to make sure the right leg is straight. Lovely stretch for your hamstring. Pull and lift a little bit higher. Now, bring the right hand nice and tight, wrapped around the strap, left hand onto the base of your chair for support, and open up to the right side, hitting the inner thigh, the back of the knee to stretch and open. Take another deep breath to bring the leg back up to center. And now left hand onto the strap, right hand onto the base of the chair, hold on tight, and bring the right foot to the left. Now you're getting a nice deep stretch into these big tight muscles in the glute, the IT band, back of the right leg, pull. Change, back to center, bend the right leg, and release. Right foot down, bend the left, strap onto your lap, pull the left leg in. Keep the spine straight, wind remove. Bring the leg even closer, deep compression to the left hip area. And then use your strap, place it around the left foot. Take a deep breath and kick through the left heel. Extend and open the left leg. Keep the spine straight, keep lifting the chest up. Maybe lifting the leg an inch or so, a little bit higher to deepen the stretch. And then left hand nice and strongly wrapped around the strap, right hand onto the base of the chair, hold on tight, and open up to the left. Take a deep breath, bring the leg back up to center, switch your grip, right hand onto the strap, and bring the left leg to the right, opening and stretching the whole left side. Bring the leg back to center, bend the left knee, and release the strap, release the foot. Come into a comfortable seated position. Final spine twist. Right leg above the left. Left hand onto your right knee. Place the right hand up close to the hips. And take a deep inhale to stretch the right fingertips all the way up. Exhale to open up and twist to the right. Shoulders away from the ears. Extend and stretch the right fingertips as far away from the body as you can. Maintain the shoulders above the hips. Pull the belly in. If you need a little rest or support, right hand can go onto the top of the chair to help you further your twist. Just make sure you're using your core strength to help you twist. Final detoxifying twist. Exhale, release. Bring the right hand down. Right foot onto the floor, left leg on top. Squeeze the legs so the compression helps with the circulation in the legs. Right hand onto the left knee, left hand down, and on the inhale, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, semicircle it back, opening up the chest to the left, keeping mobility into the spine with this deep twist. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and grow taller through the crown of the head. Create the space in between the vertebrae. On each inhale, lengthening and growing a little bit taller. On each exhale, turning and twisting further. Look back, twist back. Exhale, release. Bring the left hand down. Left foot onto the floor and hands onto the thighs, resting. Come back to the position where you started, with the shoulders above the hips, knees above the ankles, and the eyes closed, going back to your breath. Focusing on the depth of each inhale and each exhale. 2 more deep breaths here with the eyes closed before we start our final breathing practice, Kumbhaka, retention breath. In this practice, we inhale slowly through the nose for 6 seconds, hold it, retention of the breath on full lungs for 6, and then exhale through the nose for 6 and hold it on empty. If at any point the retention part of this practice makes you feel uncomfortable, you're welcome to omit it and focus on the balance between the inhales and the exhales. So all together, ready to start. Take a deep inhale through the nose and start to fill up the lungs, the belly expanding as much as you can. Now hold it on full lungs, retention on full. Slowly exhale through the nose. Pulling the navel into the spine to get rid of all the stale air. And hold on empty, retention of the breath on empty lungs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on empty. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Hold on empty. Last set at your own pace. Inhale. When you've completed your 4th and final set, allow the breath to come back to its natural, gentle flow. Observe the balance you've recreated between each inhale and each exhale. stay in complete stillness with your breath, your thoughts for one more minute. Thank you so much for joining and sharing your practice with me today. It's been a great pleasure. Look forward to seeing you all very soon. Have a lovely rest of your day. Namaste.